Hello and welcome back to Redirecting. I'm going to be sharing a video clip with you that I found to be very disturbing. We're going to be talking about a Nashville City Council member who wants people to be charged with REDRUM or attempted REDRUM for not wearing a mask. Now, REDRUM backwards, you know what that is. Spell it out. And I'm doing that because I get a lot of censoring on YouTube here. But anyway, let me roll the clip. I'm going to roll the clip and then I will be right back. And I would like to know what your thoughts are after you hear the video as well.
My concern is, I work for an organization that if they pass a virus, then they are tried for murder or attempted murder if they are not told. And this person who may very well pass this virus that's out in the air because they're not wearing a mask is basically doing the same thing to someone who contracts it and dies from it. It seems to me that we have been more reactive as opposed to proactive, and a little too late, too little. So my thing is maybe there should be legislation, stronger legislation. I don't know if Mike Jason can speak to it, but maybe there needs to be stronger legislation to say that if you do not wear a mask and you subject exposure of this virus to someone else, then there will be some stronger penalty as it is in other viruses that are exposed.
Thank you, Councilor. The officers do have the discretion if they encounter someone who is flagrantly violating the mask ordinance to take the conduct of that individual in hand and issue other citations for other criminal violations, including, for example, disorderly conduct or even potentially assault. You may have read the episode where there was a allegedly unintentional coughing by someone into the face of another. The restraint we have is that the council does not have the opportunity on its own to create criminal legislation. That is a state creature. We're warranted by state law to apply criminal applications to violations. Just, for example, as the state law allows us to apply, say, crime scene misdemeanors to health director order violations. But in terms of creating a new code or class of criminal offenses, that is a creature of state law.
Thank you, Mr. Jameson. You have any further, Councilman Hart?
No, I was afraid that was going to be the answer, but I guess that's the whole point of asking for something to be done as early as the council was pushing. It seems that it wasn't taken as seriously as it should have been, and thus we are in the situation that we're in right now.
Thank you, Councilman Hart.
Okay, so my first thoughts were, is she serious? Now, the way she explained herself, I'm pretty sure she has a lot of people who support what she's saying. But to suggest that if you don't wear a mask, you should be somehow charged with such a serious crime is ridiculous to me. To say that your whole life needs to be uprooted and changed and you should be in prison because that's what a murder charge brings. That's ridiculous because, in my opinion, we don't have all of the facts as to really what is going on with this thing that the world is faced with. We have a lot of stories. Of course, a lot of people are losing their lives. Things are definitely happening. But are all of them related to this? A lot of people shared a story that made headlines where, and I'm going to see if I still have that tab readily available or if it's still on my page on Facebook, but there was someone who was in some type of, I believe it was a fatal car crash or vehicle, some type of vehicle, whether it was a car or a motorcycle. I'm trying to find that now. But what ended up happening was they said that this person, the cause of death They didn't attribute it to the crash at all. They said that the cause of death was COVID. Now, again, this made headlines. How can you be in a car crash or some type of vehicle accident, and then the cause of death be listed as COVID? Can someone make that make sense to me and all of the rest of us? Is there anything that you could say to convince me that, okay, here, I found it. It was on CBS 12 website. And so if I remember, I will share this article with you all as well. But it says a man who died in a motorcycle crash was counted as a COVID-19 death in Florida. And so it is only fair. It's only fair for people to have questions and to suggest that after seeing something like this, and this isn't the only one, there have been many such cases as this, to suggest that we shouldn't question these things, it is not fair and is not righteous. It's only a person with a reprobate mind who would think that you are unfair for even asking a question about this here. Because this makes a person say, so how many other situations can be counted towards something like this instead of actually what they're saying is taking place around the world, right? Not to mention there was another article that I shared some time ago where they said 600,000 people who were never even tested or seen by anyone tested positive for COVID. Did you get what I said? They were never tested, never seen by anyone, but they received test results saying that they were positive. And so, again, we have a right to question things. We most certainly do have a right to question things. And to have a woman, a black woman at that, to suggest that people should be charged with murder for simply not wearing a mask. Now, she didn't say for spitting on someone. She didn't say for coughing on someone. She said for not wearing a mask. So what if this person who doesn't have on a mask also doesn't have COVID, but you want them charged with murder? If you can, in the comment section, make that make sense to me. Okay? I don't need to say too much more on this foolishness. So with that, I am out. Be sure to ring the bell to be notified of new uploads on this channel, and also comment, share, like, and subscribe.